One. Right, this is part 2 of the 1st of March live trading scenario. So hopefully you learned something from part 1. Part 2 is the Northern American session where we closed quite a few good trades out, and hope you enjoy it. Again, if you want the Fractal tool that you'll see is using quite a lot, it's for Pro Real Time and for TradingView. If you want it, get it from the link down below and start using it to make some money. Hope you enjoy. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Any comments, put them down below. Cheers, guys. I did say this morning, if you remember, on the crypto side, we do have a window every day where the market pushes up and then comes off. So I took the market here for 1,000 pips on Bitcoin and 29 pips on here. So what I'm looking for, if the market does do a reverse, I'm going to put an alert, and then we'll have to come back to this and see it. Quick whiz through of where we were this morning. Gold, nice little trade on gold. We popped just over 1.5%, like we said, very similar to yesterday. Move wasn't as big, but a nice 1.5% there, which was quite good. Where else were we? We're looking at USD Japani. I said when you leave, let's get the 5-minute frackers going. We've got one fracker there, two fracker, and the last fracker is still in play and a little bit underwater. If you want to trade that frac, there is a fractal break here. You can actually do that, 13 and 17 for a breakout, or you can just follow the one that I'm in and see where we go from there. The midday trade that I mentioned to everybody to do on the Aussie USD was, so that's the window of opportunity between 12 o'clock and 1, and we're looking for an Ikanashi bar to trade that. So there's a flat top Ikanashi 1-minute bar. Hopefully everyone traded it. I didn't put it in the room because it's such a straightforward one to do. So there is the it was the first fractal after 12:45. There's the fractal. We only ever do one trade. You know, obviously you can do a lot more. We're going to do one trade. I made a note here because the robot come in and traded here as well. And as the robot was going down, I was just looking to come out. So I canned the fracker robot down here. Got 1% here, and then got a bunch of pips here as well. So well done if you did the midday trade. The DAX 15-minute bar reversal is still in play. It hasn't done the good for the Friday feeling run. It started it and then didn't quite get to the full trade. The BBO, just put the boxes in there, still hasn't triggered. We were looking, we nearly got triggered, hasn't triggered yet, and we're just waiting for that to trigger or take it off before 4:30. With regard to the, what else were we doing? The gap, the Dow gap. I didn't do the Dow gap. I wanted the, so this was the trade. The entry was here, the stop was here. 1880 pips was the order of the day. I didn't do the gap trade. That was the trade. The gap hasn't closed yet, but you'd be halfway up here, and you'd have put a stop to entry. Did anyone do the gap trade? I think there's only Andy and Peter in that would know the gap trade. And if you
no, I did do it, Steve. I think after the gold one, I sort of went off to do other things, so I've just come back to it.
Sure, yeah, no problem. It's gone too far, too close to the gap now. We probably will close the gap, but that was the trade. Unfortunately, you know, you got to know when not to flog that dead horse. If you're already in, then that's fine. I would have said move your stop to the swing, the previous 5-minute swing low here, and see if it will complete the actual gap. itself. So nothing there. Markets, especially the tech markets, have been moving on the back of AI on Dell, with EPS reported at $2.2 earnings per share rather than 1.6. Markets absolutely kind of took off. Musk is in the news as well of taking OpenAI, which was his original creation, caught profiteering out of the software. So, but you know, AI is the name of the game. As you know, we've been trading Nvidia quite a lot as well. We've got AMD traders as well, and Dell's on the way up also. So that's very good. What I'm looking for here on the Nasdaq, it seems counterintuitive, but I would like to be able to sell the 23 to 38% Fibbo expansion up into this area. 38 is the top there. I think having done new all-time highs and a Friday, we should be able to get a sell-off in there. But one thing we can't ignore is the Americans supporting America, which is really good, and going on the Yahoo and trading this up, and hopefully they will. This is not my primary trade that I want to do, but what I need to do, these are just pullbacks. This market is on a rah-rah, and you know, our camera breakout long could be a tough nut to have a crack on. If the market comes down and retraces towards 61.8% Fibbo, this Camarilla breakout short is an absolute screamer of a buy. You won't get a better trade than that today on the NAS. A Camarilla a CAM trade, that would be really, really good. If we can get into the 38.2% retrace levels, then that would be nice. So there's CBOS trade. So if we can get CBOS, that would be really, really good. Buy or a reversal off the daily pivot, and that would require a 15-minute reversal bar on that one, because it may drop through to CBOS. However, we cannot ignore the intraday all-time high, which is here. Another intraday all-time high. So we do have a 15-minute fracker here, quite a deep frac, and that is something that we could trade for sure. That would require 42 pips. Have we got the headroom? We've got the headroom for a 42 and 42. I'm going to put that in now for a breakout to the top side. The reason we're going to, I'll just put that in now and have a look. We've got a Renko green block. 926 is about to occur. On balance volume is up. And let's have a look. We're just going to give that a little bit of extra wiggle at 73. And we're going for a push into here, possibly straight through into here, into C-ball. But if the market comes up to here, we want to sell it. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put an alert up into here just before that breakout, and an alert down to the bottom. We've got no risk. There's no pivot risk at all, but right on the close. US 500 is the beast that we want to have a look at, because this, my ideal buy zones, Camarilla breakout short, I'd be perfect into 75 area CBOS trade again. But we're going to go into the 5 minutes on here, because I think the volume is really starting to run. We've got Renko saying yes. We've got 926 yes. On balance volume is on a rip. So we're going to take a breakout of here with an 8 and 8. 1% trade, 8 and 8. And we're going to just give that a little bit extra to stop a double tap. 0.7 here. And in 3 seconds, we've been tagged 3 seconds, which may have been a mistake. We don't want it. Don't want the spread has just tightened off. Should have put that in 20 seconds time, but we have closed the gap. So there isn't any pivot risk of this coming off. The on balance volumes up. I'm expecting a rah-rah out and a break right up into this soft resistance area here, and we want to get a rah-rah on with that, and we want that to push in and up and through. So we're just looking for 1% out of the trap. When we get to 4 pips, we're going to do a stop to entry. I'm going to watch this run. So unbalanced volume, as you can see, volume is ripping. So not so bad. Normally we get anywhere between 250 to 400,000 participants, on the volume. And what we're looking at here, we're going to move stop to entry now, completely free trade now, and we're looking this to rip through right through at the daily high. US the tech Nasdaq has triggered at the same time, so both markets are running up. I think Nasdaq on the back of Dell. We're getting another trigger on the US tech there, but rather than run around like we did this morning, we'll take it in our stride. We're going for the third trade on USD Japani for 3% on that. That would be nice. For the 15-minute bar on the Germany, it's just 4 pips down. US tech's up 9, US 500's up round about 3. Let's see what we can get out of this. Gold has already rewarded us over 1.5% as well, so that was nice. And I'm keen to have a look at Bitcoin and ETH again. Normally it has a little pullback, but if the US 500 starts a rip to the top, Bitcoin has a tendency to follow it. So, you know, we can't ignore that. I know we've got 1,000 pips out of it already today, but we could probably get a lot more. S&P, it may be counterintuitive, but the S&P, I'm looking to short CBOL round about 512. That is the area of interest for me, and I'm just going to have a quick look at the options to see if we can have a put option on the US 500. So US put option 5120 would 16 would be 5120. Oh, right. I'm just going to push these up. I'll show you where we are with these. Push this to one side.
Do you want to stop to even on NAS, Steve?
Do I? I don't know. Do I? Let's have a quick look. I know.
Yeah.
Thanks for shouting that out. I know we're running lots of markets at the same time. So yeah, we've got halfway there. Good call, Andy. Good call. So we're 0.5% up on there, 0.5% up on. So we've got completely free trades, and yeah, completely free trades. That would be nice to whack those two. Have I got two have I got 2 indice charts that I can quickly flick up? I haven't converted everything from the Spanish screens to the English screens now on back, but I don't know whether I've got a setup here. 2 index screens. Well, have I done it? Yes, I must have done that. So let's put the US 500 on one. We'll turn those frackers off. And we'll get the Nasdaq up on here. Can't find it. There it is. So we're looking for those two to whack up. Markets, but so we're looking at both of those markets, both of the completely free trades. Completely free trades. Right. So what I want to do, how can I overlay this? I'll quickly look at it on the side. Where can I fit this in? Can I fit it in between them both? No, I can't. That'll do. What I'm looking for here is the 5120s under 25. We can get them under 25. while the market's racing, the brokers are pricing these in a quite tasty fashion. So on the 25, as you know, that's what we like to get them. I would be very happy. I think the market is gonna. I think we are going to get these on the market, but we'll wait and see. So 51.22s or 51.24s. I'm going to build in here already with a contract starting here under 25, and I'll be looking at 51.25. So we're going long, but we've also got a put option now for when the market reverses, because it will. I'm not sure how much leg room, how much oomph the market's got to carry on through. If it breaks out of these levels that I've identified in red, then we have got a sell area option up here, and we could get some tasty put options. But we're, American markets just opened. We've got a lot of hours in the American market just yet to build things in. I would have liked both American markets to come down first, ideally, but the unbalanced volumes said out of the trap, it's gone great. So people might be snatching at profits, and that's okay. We've already had our trades. The gold was a really good one as well. So I'm quite happy to let these run, and let's put an alert up to this resistance level again, because if we get up there again, then we just might have to lock in 0.5%, and here again we might just have to lock in 0.5%. We're not there yet on these, so we don't need to sit and watch trades. Sometimes when we've got other trades running, I want to watch. I want to see where we are with the others. All these alerts need to come off. They've been screaming their heads off. So the final solution for the day is 15 or 70, 15 or 79 for this market. USD Japani patterns here. While we remember, we've got a W for win pattern, which gives us a little bit of confidence that this target's going to get whacked anyway, which should be quite nice. It looks like the market's reversed on both the American markets. Let's just have a look at this too. So no loss, no gain. We've been stopped out. I had a sneaky suspicion that the market would not get up here, and it would reverse. And our put options are straight into the money, which is really, really nice. Straight into the money. So our puts that we've got are making us some rupees as well. So shame we couldn't. The market did make 0.5% on both of them, but we didn't take it. Conscious decision. I guess when you've got some money in your pocket, you're not desperate to squeeze everything for its life worth. We had the frac breakouts, so we're okay. They didn't quite go to where we needed them to, and that's fine. Ideally, we want our pullbacks. We've got the puts in as well, so that's very nice. Let's go back and do a review. One thing we've got to be aware of is that we do have the ISM PMI data, which is the purchasing manager's info on future manufacturing. So we don't want to be in the market anyway at 3 o'clock, because we will see a spike in the market. We will see a spike in the market. So we just need to review that. So we just need to have a look at USD Japani. Ideally, I want these markets at least to come down into the first green levels on US 500 and the Nasdaq. It would have been nice if we got both of these out of the trap straight up, but the key thing is managing your risk. So long as when you lose with no loss. When the pattern doesn't make its full run, you do not lose money. because when you got a bad trade, you don't lose money. When you got a good trade, you extend it. That's the things to think about. USD Japan, let's have a look at that. We're 20 minutes away from the PMI. And we've got markets running into a bit of a confluence here. And we need to ditch this before 4 o'clock or before 3 o'clock, or make it risk free. We need to do that to make that risk free. So just check on the economic calendar that it is in a few minutes time. Yeah, the PMI is in 5 minutes actually. That's a global. I don't know whether they call it the global S&P, because it's not global at all. It's American. Yeah, the S&P. That was at 51.5. Expect to be 51.5. If it's above 50, it's positive. We do want to be at risk. So I'm going to take that off now. No loss, no gain. So that one, it's no, didn't win, didn't lose. So those two are obviously winners. And we'll see what happens in 4 minutes with the PMI data. The big one is the ISM PMI. It's in contraction slightly at the moment, but expected to go to positive. It was 49.1 on the previous occasion. Consensus is 49.5. Which gives us, a reading that the economy is generally expanding. If it gets to 50, that will really have a nice effect on the dollar. In other words, the dollar will go up, and what you will see is this market take off. But we're not going to go at risk. We're not going to gamble with the money. So we'll have a little look at what happens in 18 minutes' time with that. One thing I am keen to show you, and just let's have a little look back to see if we were right. I did say this morning that Bitcoin has a heartbeat, and you got to know its heartbeat. And its heartbeat is it will rise, and then from 2 o'clock onwards, it will fall. We'll just have a quick, while we're waiting, let's have a quick look at those cryptos. I put some windows in, right? Those are the windows. So you can see being pre-armed and knowing how your assets work is absolutely key. So as we run up, we take our money. The markets people are shedding. It doesn't normally come back this quick. Does anyone know why these markets are coming down? There is a reason. Right, okay, well, the reason the markets are coming down, the markets have gone up such a lot, thousands and thousands of pips today, a few thousand today, is that the PMI data does have an impact on the market. So people are shedding and taking profits and coming out of the market, waiting for the news, which is a very prudent thing to do. So the one thing you could do, and we'll just do this on Bitcoin, is we can put an order in for the market to flash back through to the top side. These are some of the things you can do. Well, I've got £5. I don't want to risk £5 on that. But what we'll do, rather than put the trade in, what I would normally do would be the smallest stop would be 850, generally 1,000. And before the data is released, I would put, generally, if I was watching it on my own, I would kind of put an order in here and then keep a sharp eye on it. And what we'd be looking for, if the market is good news, and we can just look at the economic calendar. Let's put the economic calendar up, so you can actually see if the market is support. It's the impact is pretty small. 16 minutes is where it is where the big move is, the ISM manufacturing. But the PMI in February is looking to be positive. The general PMI, ISM, Institute of Supply Chain Management, expected to get towards 50. So the news is economy is growing. Now, you've got to look in the opposite direction to what you expect. The economy is growing, which means the dollar will be going stronger. If the dollar is stronger, it then becomes more expensive to buy into the American market. So you'd expect the American markets to come, the American indices to come down a little bit. That's exactly what we want to happen. If we go into the development chart, we can look at the Dixie, and we should see that on the Dixie. So DX, put the dollar basket on into a smaller time frame. They are power to the dollar. I'll just take these, I can actually smoother off. So you can see the effect. The money is going into the dollar, which means if you'd gambled, and we don't gamble, the USD Japan is doing exactly what we said it would do. If it's good news, it'll go for a rip and it'll go to our target. Now, if the market relaxes, you could get back in on a fractal breakout here for the final solution that I've got for the day. But it's nice to know, even if you're out of the market, that your analysis is there or thereabouts. If we now we've got the S&P PMI accelerating harder, power to the Dixie, power to the dollar basket, power to the US dollar. If in 14 minutes the ISM prices follow suit, and I dare say they will, then this will drive straight through into here. Let's have a look at the effect on the Dow. So can you see the effect on the Dow? Oh, the gap did get closed. So well done to everyone who traded the gap. The gap was closed on that spike, but we decided officially not to do it. But it's nice to know the setup was correct. So as the dollar basket goes up, the dollar is gaining more value. Therefore, it's more expensive to buy into the American market, and the market then comes off. This is what we want to. This is what we want, is a little respite for the market to come back, which will do our put options a world of good. So put options are in the money now. We could sell them for 27 per contract. But overall, the market is up. So what you will see is people go, oh, it's great, rah, 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 rah. And people on the S&P trade, there's different personalities of groups that trade all these markets. The guys that trade the S&P, 52% of the time the S&P goes up. So you've got all the guys that, that Billy buys, all they do is buy. But the news will filter through, and we should get the market coming off a little bit. But then the buyers, when people that buy the S&P, will just buy it. So we want to catch the buys going to the top side, because this news, unless it's absolutely fantastic news, will only be a respite, this market coming down, so we can actually buy it. Just have a look at the charts, alarms, all these different alerts that we're looking at. So crude, crude was so a quick look at crude. We're trading crude this morning, and there we go. Well done to everyone who followed me on crude. The market absolutely blasted out. So we came straight up to here for 1.3, 1.5%. Very nice. We wanted a fractal breakout. I left people to it after we'd finished. There is a fractal breakout. There was a final solution where we predicted the market would go, and we got it wrong by a couple of pips, that's all. But well done if you traded the breakout, which was that fractal breakout there, wasn't it? So it's 51 pips. and the final solution 127. So well over 2% if you'd done that. We came into here at 70, we took half off, plus an extra fractal. You could have actually made that in the order of about 2.5% with adding to that trade. Did anyone add to this trade and take this fractal after the session today? This morning, did anyone take that frac?
No, I took the initial trade, but not that one, Steve.
Oh, well, we can't complain on initial trade. It's certainly bagged us a bunch of rupees. So yeah, as the fractal trade, so you could have get ready to take that fractal. The market come down, provided a lower fractal here if you wanted to take that. I didn't. I just did the trade that we said, and then I left for breakfast, as you know. So that would have been the other trade. So that was the stop there. So that was 1% there. If you'd done that fracker, and then there's another fracker there if you wanted to take the other fracker there. But you know, we're not going to claim these because we didn't do them. But you know, all I can do is advise people what to do. Can't make them do it. Did the big run out of here, which was nice. Market pull back, another frac here, and then you'd probably leave that alone. I'll try and stretch that to the 79.54, but we've only got a couple of people in today. There's a lot more this morning, and it'd be quite interesting to see tomorrow who took it right to the final solution. Right, let's have a little run back and have a look at what's going on with the US 500. Right, what I think I'm going to do US 500 now, I think the market is going to go up, and I think we could get another 51.22. And what I'm going to do, if you've got that put, I'm going to close that put now. Close for profit. So we've got a stop to entry going up, made profit on the put going down. I'm going to leave that alone now because I think the market will build, and I don't want a spike in the wrong direction for me on the major news in 8 minutes time. So we can have a look at how that's going to make an effect on the market. We'll put beside the Dixie and we can show you what happens. The other thing interesting here is because you know, you can't get away from the crypto traders, is they're probably going to start building into this as well. That would have been so it's too close that if that was the order, I'm not going to trade this direct because I would want to stay on this, and it's not fair because not many people trade crypto. So you know, keep this. We've got, how many minutes have we got left? 7 minutes left, so I'll take that off. So this is the window, the heartbeat window. The next heartbeat for a rise will be 8 o'clock here, and you'll see the market rise, get a rally on. This is statistics since Bitcoin began. Well, not real well, since October 2015. These are statistics. I've got all the statistics of when Bitcoin rises, when Bitcoin goes up and down. And it's all to do with when people get up and get out of bed throughout the world. All these different bands throughout the world, and people get up and start buying and selling in crypto land. But if we know this, like here, we get to take our profits, you know, as it starts going down, as soon as we start seeing lower highs, and we're getting towards our 2 o'clock benchmark, he's taking money and run. Take the money and run, wait for the market to pull back and relax. And kind of 3 o'clock should be when the market bottoms. And then we should see a rise from 3 o'clock into 4. And the rise from 3 o'clock to 4 should be better than the rise from 12 o'clock till 2. So we'll see. Eja and Eja's not in this afternoon, is he? I wonder where he is. And Jeff's not in as well. they're really missing out on this crypto. The SEI as well. I don't know how many people are in SEI with me. I know the people, you know, we're doing quite well on SEI. Over the past month, we're up 33%. This year, we're up 239, and looking for SEI to really go some. And Solana as well. We've done well this month. We're up 37% on Solana, and over the period of the year, we're up 501%. So, and then we're doing leverage trades on ETH and Bitcoin as well, and we're doing a lot better than that. A lot better than the figures I've just mentioned. But 5 minutes to go. We certainly don't want to be trading with 5 minutes to go. Absolutely, definitely not. We don't want to be in a market there. You don't want to gamble on where you think the market is going to go. But once 3 o'clock gets past it, we don't want to miss a rise in crypto land. Certainly don't. I would like to see another 1,000 to 2,000 pips by the close of the day today. So let's put the dev chart up. And I keep seeing this just, well, I've got 4 minutes to go. I'll just explain what this is. This is, we use Ikenashi candles, as we all know. What I have developed here is the Ikenashi base with volume as well. And this does an overlay to tell you when to get into the market. If you're not sure and you just want to look at painting by numbers, then the painting by numbers says get in when it's blue here, there, and get out when that changes to red. So there's your first run, 14% off 4,700. Market goes green there, so you get in a break of here, and it goes red here, so you lose 165 pips, and it goes green there, and it's red here, and you make another 1,300. It's not foolproof. Nothing is foolproof, but this is an AI algo that tracks. And whilst you're learning and not sure, it will track it every single time frame as well. So you can see what we're looking at here. The overall 4-hour momentum, you can see it's still saying it's okay. If I turn this down, then what you will probably see is all these colors change to a very pale color because the market's uncertain. So, well, you can see that the colors here are changing. You only want to really react. If you can't read the, there's a candle, there's an obvious candle there. And this says yes here. When it's, do not go along against the red candle. It is absolutely suicidal. You're better off giving your money to the bum on the corner than trading it on here, because you will lose your money. I'm going to turn this off because we don't really need them. These are great while you're learning. Great AI tools that use combinations to assess the Ikenashi and smooth it all out for you. Well, so you don't have to really. So what we'll do, we'll put the dollar basket up here, get a Dixie on. And we've got we've got just over a minute to go. So let's put the dollar basket in. And let's see. It's really good exercise, even if you're not trading the market, is to make sure that when you are reading the economic calendars, you know what you're reading, you know what the reactions are potentially going to be. So if you want to trade it yourself, then you are and trade a break. In other words, position yourself long and short and cancel the one that runs depending on the market. We've got a minute to go. This is the thing that we're interested in. We've had the S&P PMI up. We're expecting, if the market sees 49.5 or above, I would expect this to accelerate, but we'll see. So let's see what actually happens. And again, if this accelerates, it means strength to the dollar. If it's strength to the dollar, gold will go down. Aussie USD will go down, and US dollar, Japani, etc. will go up. And oh yeah, look at that. The market didn't like that. So it did exactly what we said it was going to do. If the market was going to put a strong number in, the dollar would. That's a bit of a gut below that. So this will make the S&P shoot up. So we're kind of missing that trade. It'll certainly have the effect on the Wall Street. You can do the reciprocal Wall Street blast up to the top, and this will give the people a rah-rah on the S&P to give it some, and it's giving it some. So it's quite important, even as a day trader, to understand the fundamentals and how they have an impact on the day's trade. And if a big fundamental announcement is going to happen, you do not stay in the market. You keep out of the market, keep out of the gamble, because you do not know what's going to happen. So we had the S&P manufacturing PMI saying everything's growing great, but then the overall information actually expecting 53, it failed. If the expectations aren't hit, the people just walk away from the market, not interested. The underlying economy in America is better than Europe, but people don't like news like this. They like their expectations being met. And this is all about trading human behavior, not necessarily results, because at the end of the day, it's humans that are pressing the buttons. And you get the odd person that'll argue, well, it's not humans, it's algos, but who the hell develops the algos, you know? Right. So that was the dollar getting cheaper, so you're going to spike up, but the market will hopefully come down. It's all-time high. This hit a new interim. Not quite. The new all-time high, slightly higher. What I'd like to see, and that news has just thrown water on the ashes, really, is the market to be pushed on. Now that should affect our cryptos at 3 o'clock. So if we go back to our cryptos, we should see the cryptos starting to turn to the top side. So there's our alerts. And what we're looking for here is an actually 15-minute bar reversal to get back in and start making some more rupees. But you can quite clearly see here that the market's starting to turn on that news. And it did say at 3 o'clock, boom, there it is, 3 o'clock, and it's starting to move. So it'll move from 3 o'clock till 5. The peak will be at 4 o'clock, and Bitcoin will rise. Allegedly, we can look at this on Monday and do the review, but we've traded this for years. And yeah, what I'm going to do, on this one, for people who are trading through their own exchange, Kraken or whatever they're going to use, that's fine. I'm going to use 1,000 pip stop here, and I'm going to walk the dog. In other words, I'm going to walk the top of this bar here with 1,000 pip, and I'm going to go for a breakout here. And I'm going for my Fibbo, 100% Fibbo extension on here. So going for nearly 2,000 pips on that one. I'm going to walk the dog on here to my target up here. And we're going to walk the dog with 60 pip stop on here, as we always do. Walking the dog is following down the flat top Icanashi candles for a breakaway trade. So what we're doing here is going into here as well, and it's all set. And these will go green, this will go green, and they both will trigger, and we'll be on our way. Right. Let me just trade my other account. Put the trade in. See where we can get to on that one. Right, okay. What else? We've got Fed speech in 11 minutes, but no one believes what they say, so it doesn't really matter, especially when it's not the main man. So, what we're going to do? What are we going to do? We've already made most of the money. Let's have a look at look at that USD. Whoa. So we had the first information saying, yes, it looking like it's good. And then what happened? The Dixie went to the floor because expectations weren't met and people just buried it. It went down. It's a really good illustration of when to be out of the market. Because, you know, this looks good and everyone thinks, oh gosh, you know, we missed out on money, having already made some. But you're not missing out on anything. You're missing out on gambling. That's all you're doing. You got to trade what you see, and what you see is telling you now USD Japani, throw it in the bin for the day. It's not doing anything. But to illustrate what might be happening on here, so a market going up on the strength on the dollar, gold will go down and US dollar will go down. Market coming off with the dollar, you'll see the Aussie USD having a reversal, and we'll see gold going up as well. Well, I think so, but let's see if we're correct. Aussie USD, where is it? Where's Aussie? There it is. Aussie USD, there you are. Aussie USD going up. So we'll see, should see gold because there's a high correlation between the Aussie US dollar and gold. Ah, that's interesting. Gold is not, oh, it's in a different time frame. There we are. I think gold's probably going to go back up to our target level again. Do we want to trade gold again today? I don't think so. We've already smashed gold already. Do you want to trade? I don't think I want to trade that again. I think cryptos for the day. Do we want to look at anything else? Do we want to look at anything else? Right, I'm just going to look, see where the FTSE is in relation to the closing gap. Right, we're kind of not there, are we? All I'm thinking of is, do we cut it? We've had a spoiler alert with the PMI data. We've made some rupees already. I'm just thinking it's Friday afternoon. We haven't got the gap closed on the FTSE. I'll just check that I'm right. I'm not 7630. We have a hole in the market, a closing gap, and we've now back below Camera breakout long. That's just the previous trade. I'm just wondering whether we can go back on again at 4 o'clock to hammer it down into the close that we did yesterday. Made a nice chunk of change. Was it about 1.6%, 1.7% in 30 minutes to close that gap? We want to be an ATR movement above, ideally above the close, which today is 8 pips. Oh, we've got a full ATR there into the close. So do we do it? Right, yeah, I will. Is anyone interested in trading with me at 5 to 4 to 440 to close this gap on Friday, usually into the sell-off? Pete, Nandi, yeah?
Yep.
All right, Prosecco o'clock as well, I think. So we will that gap, I think today will close, and we want to monetize that gap. You could monetize it. You could start doing it now, I guess. But I'm not going to stay around to do that. got a few bits to do before I come back, but the market coming up. I'll just take some of this rubbish off and clean this up. So we've got a frac on the daily pivot. Now, ideally, we would like to see a decent move, maybe 11 pips, or sorry, done 11 pips, just a little bit more than the ATR to give us. Ideally, we want we don't want this market to go any higher than 59 and give us a fractal break into the close, into the daily lows. That's what I'm looking for the market to come into. The daily, I'm looking for the close to happen, but in settling between 4:30 and 4:40, we're looking for this to settle into there on a 5-minute frac. So you can wait for a 5-minute bar at 4 o'clock, or you can look at a 5-minute fractal to set yourself up to trade. However, if the market breaks Camarilla breakout long, then don't trade it. We want to be trading. We don't want the market to have pushed back up through Camarilla breakout long. So long as we can hold Camarilla breakout long as a ceiling now, this market will come off.
Steve, is there any way to selling SIBO? Is selling it like that on the basis that it's resistance and it's broken through and retesting resistance?
Do you know what? Yes, you could. You actually could do that. Yes, you could do that. You're probably looking at the structure as well, are you? So
yeah,
if that's correct, then that would be quite a tasty little trade. But you'd have to keep an eye on it. I'm doing trades that where, because obviously it's a trading plus training room. If I'm not going to be around, I can't advise get out, because the market's going wrong. But if you break here, then you need to make sure that on the 15-minute you're trading under it needs to be under the 9 EMA.
right, gotcha.
You could sell SIBO, but you're going to have a 16 pip stop to give you the wiggle room. But that will give you probably 2% trade. It could give you 2% trade. So if we zoom out a little bit and have a look at the macro rather than the micro, we are trading under the 9 EMA, and we need to stay under that. If on the 15-minute we break that, game's over. The market is then going to swing with the Dow, and the Dow will probably be going up if this is right. Okay, one thing I want to double check. There's no divvy on there's a big divvies next week. Big divvies next week. We'll be trading 20 odd pip divvies, so you're going to get 20x payments. I just check. There is no Dow divvy, and I'm just looking at things to get in the way of the UK market dropping. So this is your warning sign here, which is also the 200 EMA, of course. If you get into the 5-minute, so this is your early warning sign. So if you want to do this, I can show you. You want a 16 pip stop to give you the wiggle room. So you're risking 1%. You're risking 1% at this level.